What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Po Ro. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Po Ro and What's the Numbers I provided. Today we back to talk about a few topics. The first one being the whole situation that went down at the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. You know, that podcast is starring Gillie the Kid, Wallo 267, and it had an engineer that was also on camera by the name of Dev Nasty. But from the news we got today is that basically Dev Nasty is no longer a part of the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. Gillie the Kid went on Instagram Live to tell his side of the story. And in his side, basically he's saying that ever since the article came out that stated that Gillie and Wallo got about $3 million for, to sell partial ownership of their podcast moving forward to Barstool Sports, that it started being a little funny as far as like maybe Dev felt he was owed something, and that he was probably waiting for, maybe a check from the two or maybe, something. So Gil said he went and offered him $500 an hour to produce the show moving forward. Basically 8 hours of shooting, which is two hours every week. Maybe you get an hour or two post-production to finish the edits and all that. But he said altogether it came out to about $50,000 a year, over $50,000 a little bit. Now, he's saying that Dev, on the other hand, refused that offer and then went and tried to sue him for 15%. But when he realized he had no case, this, that, and the third, that it fell apart, and basically Gil said it's over. You can't try to sue us and then try to come back and be a part of the show and take the offer. So he said basically he's going to get somebody else to do it for about $60 an hour, where he was offering Dev to do it for $580. You know what I'm saying? That's what Gil's standing on. Now, there's always two sides to the story. In this situation, it might be three, being that Wallo is also involved in the situation. Now, Wallo been quiet throughout the whole thing. He hasn't really said too much. Typical, he probably feels both got their points and doesn't really want to be the one picking and choosing, but he probably got to stay loyal to Gil because that's his cousin. But he hasn't really said nothing. He's probably the one that needs to speak about it so we can really get a third opinion of the situation. Now, Dev's side of the story is that he didn't get offered $50,000. He hasn't really stated too much, but he's in comments responding to people's comments. Now, he's saying that Gil might offer him $37 altogether, and he knows he's worth more than that. The work he did, he helped produce the show. He said that fight they had, one of the episodes that was big, they had a little fight. He said it was a fake, that he was the one that wrote that into the show. He was in the back making the sound effects and all that. And basically that he added to the show and he wants his worth. Everybody's not just want to use the light to, get a focus on what they got going on. Some people don't want to really get their brand up and running. They just want to get paid for the work they're doing. Now, my opinion as far as the show, I've been watching this since it was just Gillie and Wallo. It was a good show back then. It did get better when a third person came into the show, because when it's just Gillie and Wallo, basically, they hang together all the time. They're cousins. They know each other, real well. So you just get their personality back and forth for how they usually act in the crib or in the car or, out in the club. But when you had a third person in there, it broke up, the synergy between the two. Now you started getting individual, more like, seeing their individual personality rather than seeing it when it's done together, because, you get Dev to talk to Wallo, or Dev could talk to Gil, or when they're going back and forth, Dev could butt in and get different, so it did bring a different dynamic to the show that did make the show better. Will the show not be able to survive without Dev? I'm not saying that, not at all, but it was better when a third person got it. They're probably going to find a third co-host and just do it again like that, but, because I don't think once you start suing people and offers and people think they deserve more than what you feel like they should get, it's kind of hard to, work through that. And being that it already went left, to come back and sit in front of the camera and act like there's no way to feel, unless they have a conversation where they're able to just put everything behind them, I doubt that Dev comes back. So now we just got to wait and see. My next topic I want to talk about is Meek Mill. Supposedly he ditched the contract at UMass, which is the University of Massachusetts. They said he had a show to do at the Mullins Center, which holds about 9,000 or 10,000 people. When he got there, it was only about 1,500 people. Little TJ was the opening act. And he looked at the crowd, they're saying, he's seen there wasn't that many people, went to his dressing room, took the stuff that's in the dressing room as far as like food, alcohol, whatever he puts on his rider, and he got out of there, left. Maybe they refunded the money. Maybe he has something in his contract where if it's not a certain amount of people there, he don't got to perform. Or maybe he just didn't want to be like 50 Cent. 50 Cent be screenshotting when you performing for a crowd of like 10 people and hit you with the Ja Rule treatment. Or maybe it was a coronavirus going around. He was scared to get on. You don't know right now. But they're saying that he did show up to the venue and left. We don't know the real story. Meek Mill hasn't addressed. It's probably not that big of a situation to him. Some of the fans were hurt out there. They was hurt as far as they came. Even if it was not as many as he expected, they still had about 1,500 fans that wanted to see him. He didn't perform, so there was a little letdown there. But, they're trying to slander his name. But there's a lot going on right now, especially with the coronavirus. You don't know if he felt safe going out there. You never know. So, You know, I just wanted to touch on this real quick because I see a lot of stories and rumors about the reason why they trying to say that he just left and didn't care about his fans and all that. So I doubt that's the case. But yo, this What's the Numbers TV. It's your boy Poro. We just hit 22K subscribers. Shout out to y'all. And I'm getting lit, man. I'm about to get this camera for these interviews. We about to turn up, man. Just stay with me. I got some more content dropping this week. You know, subscribe, like, share. Follow the Instagram. And we lit, man. For real. It's your boy Poro. What's the Numbers TV? I'm out of here. Peace.